Hi Aries, welcome to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute. I'm sorry things got really crazy in my own personal life and it messed with my energy big time. Ethically, I really can't do any readings when my energy gets like that. Plus, I was just super overwhelmed as a human being, so I apologize. Thank you so much for everybody's support and concern. It's been tough, but it's okay. So anyways, I'm going to jump into your February. Quick notes on personal readings. My schedule has changed, so I'm only able to read the personal readings on the weekends. That's the only time I can block off the time to do it. There will occasionally be times during the week that I'm able to, but as far as committing to readings, I have to say it's going to have to be on the weekends. So keep that in mind before sending a request that it could be, if it's not one weekend, you may have to wait till the following weekend for that, but I'll get to them if I'm able to during the middle of the week as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump into your February love reading and see what we've got going on for y'all. And please like, share, subscribe, all that awesome stuff. Let me know what's going on, and let's see what we got. Okay, so the first card that we have for you is the Three of Wands. It feels like there's something that feels like it's starting to move forward maybe, but it's like there's been a delay, or it's like I would have thought we'd be farther. I'm like, we are moving the direction I want to go, or there's something moving in the direction I want to go, or somebody is starting to move toward, you know, where their passion is, but there's a delay, or there's a reason for a holdup, or it's not quite there yet. So I don't know if you may be in a situation where things, like you've been trying to progress the relationship, or it feels like the outcome just keeps getting delayed. Like the outcome that I'm waiting for keeps getting delayed, but I feel like it's still moving in that direction. It could be that kind of an energy. The Three of Wands is also somebody who has been in a position where they had to make a decision and take action on a course of action, and they finally chosen to do so. Then the next card that we have is the Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords, I feel like just with the tone of the reading, this definitely, you could be dealing obviously with an air sign. It could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but I get Virgo big time. The Queen of Swords I get in here. So some of you may be dealing, there could be some Aries, Virgo stuff going on, or somebody who has a lot of Virgo in their chart, perhaps. That does come through pretty strongly to me, but I also get pretty high Gemini as well. So in this Queen of Swords is somebody, she is incredibly intelligent. She's incredibly loyal. She is like the kind of chick that you go to war with. So this could be that energy that you're embodying, or the energy that your partner is embodying, but this is your ride or die. However, she's been through a lot. This queen has seen and done everything. She has been hurt. She's been betrayed. She's had to climb, persevere on situation after situation. And she's an incredibly wise and attractive woman who very, very tactfully uses her mind to her advantage. She also is able to wear a mask of hiding a lot of pain. So there could be, for some of you, you may be dealing with a situation where that's part of the holdup. There could be something going on with this partner that they're masking or trying to put on a strong face, but there really is something that hurts deeply. Some of you could be in a situation where it's like you keep trying to get somebody to open up, and you feel like you're making perhaps some progress there, but it's still kind of Fort Knox. It's still kind of Stonewall. Like you just can't really get through that armor. So it could be that you're in a situation where it's like things are progressing, but it's not getting that extra emotion behind it, perhaps. Then the next card that I have for you is the Chariot. And the Chariot, again, speaks of Gemini to me. Chariot is also representative a lot of the time of Cancer. But in this particular card here, what's interesting about this Chariot card, it's literally, like, this horse is in outer space. You know, he's like galloping through, he's doing the impossible, and he's doing it by himself. Normally, the Chariot card has opposing animals that pull the chariot, and they're usually opposing colors, or there's some kind of opposition. What is interesting about this horse is somebody really does take control of the situation and go with it. Like, the Chariot is a victory card. It's a card of success, but it's not easily won. It is a hard won success. There are some tough decisions that have to be made. It's like a bumpy start. It could be a delayed start. Again, with this Three of Wands, it could be that there's a delayed start going on, but there is success on the horizon, and you can achieve the impossible here, because this horse is literally up in outer space. This is literally the first time I've ever recognized this, so I know it's coming through as a message, because I've never recognized that with this Chariot card before, and I use this deck all the time. But he's in outer space. There's stars all over. I'm pretty sure that's the earth or water down there. Probably water, to be real. But there is definitely this energy of, it's like once the ideal happens, or these forces combined, it's literally like can create impossible things. Brings the impossible to possible. However, the next card that we have here is the Page of Swords. This is a very direct and blunt energy. It's a messenger, so somebody is delivering a message, but I feel like it's very direct and blunt. This could even border on like straight up mean or out of character. Somebody could be harsh or cutting in a way that takes you back. It could also be that you are in a position where, with this Queen of Swords here and then this Page of Swords here, and with the Chariot in between those two, I feel like there is somebody who has something to say, and they haven't said it, but it needs to be said. I feel like it could be somebody that needs to be very point blank about, look, this is what I'm looking for. If things do not move toward what I'm looking for, then I don't need to be looking here for it. It's kind of that type of an energy, but it's out of character, I feel like, and it's facing this Chariot. So I feel like, again, with these two cards here, they were actually facing like that, but they were facing each other. That indicates to me that this has to happen in order for that Chariot to, that's kind of the take charge energy. Somebody takes charge and says, this is where I am going. You can come along if you want to. It's kind of like that. Underneath this Three of Wands, though, we have the Eight of Swords. So again, if something's got you real caught up in your head, it could be, too, that somebody's spending a whole lot of time thinking or trapped in their head or wondering or kind of trapped by the idea of, well, why isn't this moving forward? There has to be a reason things aren't going, like there's something I'm not seeing, something I'm doing. And I feel like here, this is somebody who's creating kind of their own hell. Somebody's got themselves trapped, and that's what's stopping progress, I feel like, because it's just like one person who's got themselves trapped. And I feel like that's where this Page of Swords kind of comes in, is somebody needs to knock that person out of their little... If somebody is being very self-centered right now, the other party, I feel like, needs to draw that to their attention. Of course, not in a blunt or not in this Page of Swords kind of way. Don't be cutting or harsh or mean, but be firm and aggressive. Like, to be assertive, not aggressive. Be assertive about what it is that you want if you feel like that message is resonating with you, because I feel like it's saying that somebody has to take action, and since you are the one, or whoever is the one that's feeling this need for progress, they have to say something, because somebody else is stuck all up in their head. And that's why this delay on the Three of Wands is here. That's what the delay is. Then the next card that we have is the Two of Wands. So again, here, what I love about this Two of Wands too is the Two of Wands is about choosing two different, a course of action between two different paths. Somebody is making a decision about which path to follow. But as you can see, this dude is in no hurry. I'll just sit here and talk to my bird and sit on this stump while I mull over this decision. Like, they're in no hurry. But somebody else is in a hurry. Somebody else is about done with it, because it's hurting this Queen of Swords right under this Two of Wands. Whoever's just sitting there dragging their feet, this other person is ready to do battle together. Somebody is ready. And the other person is kind of like chilling on the decision, just, and I feel like that's where this course of action comes in with the Chariot, because right under that, you've got this Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords even though this is definitely a very air energy, there is fire all over this, because this is you. This Ace of Swords comes in and says, wait a second, I don't do this. I'm taking control of this. And this is an energy of, it's truth being spoken, truth about situations are coming out, or somebody's true thoughts are coming out, but this is action taken based on what makes the most sense. It's based on what will create the impossible. And so I feel like this is you coming to this realization of either something needs to change, be cut out, or moved around. Like, something needs to be different. The truth needs to be spoken about something in order for this to start moving forward. And then right underneath this Page of Swords here, again, we have this Hermit. So again, I get this Virgo all over here. It could be that you're just dealing with somebody who has a lot of Virgo in their chart. Again, it could be Virgo and Gemini are very, very similar in a lot of their energies. So this could be either or. With this Hermit here, though, somebody after, this is where this is coming into play for you to pay attention. After this truth is spoken, after you or whoever, I don't know if it's the other party or you, but after somebody speaks their mind about what it is that they need or what it is that they want, or there's some sort of argument that has to do with the fact that things aren't moving forward, the other party does withdraw and pull back, because they really need to think. It's almost like one person has been in their head about the relationship a whole lot, and the other person is just now coming to the realization that there's a relationship that needs to be talked about or something. Like, they're just now getting the clue, and it's almost like this completely takes them by surprise, and they have to kind of figure out how they feel about it or what they think about it. It could be that, because the Virgo energy is very introspective. And this could also be calling you. Again, it's very dim fire there, but there is fire there. This could be you needing to really have some deep introspection into, is this the direction that I want to go? Because there is a lot of power here. There is a lot of energy here and a lot of movement. It's almost like it's calling for introspection on be careful what you wish for type of an energy. Not in a negative way. I don't mean that as a threat or anything, but it's kind of like, make sure this is what you want and that you're willing to go the distance that you need to go for what you want. Please clarify this Three of Wands here for Aries for February for love. 2018. What is this three? Okay. Yeah, so the Three of Wands, on top of the Three of Wands, we have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is an energy of heartache. It's somebody feeling left out or left out in the cold or turned away. It's almost like a rejection, and I feel like this has to do with this setback. Things started to move forward, but now there's a delay, and that delay sucks big time. It could be that it's for this earth sign or this Virgo energy, and again, it could be any sign, but it feels there's a lot of Virgo coming through there. This could be them. They could be feeling this way, and you're kind of oblivious to it. Or it could be that you think everything's going all right, and then all of a sudden there's this energy of like, it's not enough for them, or it's not what they're wanting. It could be something like that. Again, it's, or not what they're wanting, but it's not, they want more than that. Or it's not enough. I mean, it's not enough. That's what's coming through. But this Five of Pentacles here is indicative of, it does indicate to me, though, a very tight-knit friendship for some of you. There's a very tight-knit friendship that's kind of like you and them against the world. But somebody is still not getting fulfilled. Like, somebody is one of those two partners there. It really isn't what they're wanting. They want more. Please clarify this Queen of Swords here for Aries for love for February 2018. What is this? Okay, let's see what popped out with these ones here. Okay, so on top, wow, look at that. On top of the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Again, definitely, there's some major Virgo going on here. You also have the Justice card, so that could be Libra. But again, for those of you who are dealing with a Virgo, There is this Queen of Swords, and the Justice too could also be, it could be Libra or Gemini again, but those of you that are dealing with a Virgo, it's a situation where this Virgo energy, not necessarily she, it could be a he, but this Virgo energy is home to you. There's a lot of comfort there for the other party, but there is also some deep pain, and she's been through a lot. So it's kind of like this person is unclear on, one person is pretty unclear on where the other person stands. Like they feel like intuitively that you're on the same level, but somebody is really unclear. And it's almost like they're kind of hiding the pain that comes from that because there's not enough clarity. This Justice card comes in as truth. This Justice card comes in as, this energy is somebody, like her eyes are completely covered. She's a non-biased opinion who hears your story and hears your story and then finds the meeting in the middle, this Justice right here in the middle. This is definitely, to me, this is indicative of needing to definitely tune in to your own intuition about the connection between the two of you, to really ignore a lot of the words so much and pay attention to that connection. But it's also urging you to be entirely honest with yourself. It could be, because a lot of the times we feel that connection and think about it, and then we battle ourselves on an intuitive level whether or not the connection is actually there. This is a truth being revealed, and I do feel like this has a lot to do with a lot of somebody being in their mind about it. This isn't necessarily a conversation that needs to happen. Now, there could straight up be a situation where it could be a third party situation with this Three of Wands, and somebody could be playing around with two different people, and that comes out because this Justice card is right on top of this Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords, and she reveals the truth. But it's the whole truth. So it's not, I mean, when I say the whole truth, it's like there is also a revelation at the same time of what led up to that, or how that situation was created, or what went wrong. So that could be what that is too. Please clarify this Chariot card here for Aries, for love for February 2018. What is this Chariot card about here for Aries? Please clarify this Chariot card here for Aries. For love for February 2018. What is this Chariot card about? What is this Chariot card about here for Aries? All right, so, whoop, whoop. Okay, so on top, oh, wow, that came out earlier for you too. On top of this Chariot, we have the Star card. Now, this can be representative of Aquarius. Star also comes in a lot of the time to me as Pisces. I feel like, though, with this energy on top of this Chariot, it's like there's a knowledge of the fact that one person, you know, there's this saying, I love it, I have no idea where I heard it, I'm sure it'll come to me at some point, but whoever is the least crazy at the moment needs to take control. That's what I feel like this is saying. There's a lot of chaos, perhaps heartache or things like that have been going on, but somebody really needs to heal from that, and the other person needs to take control because they're the stronger one right now. They don't need the same healing necessarily. This is some deep healing that needs to happen, but the Star card is also a wish card, and it's right on top of this Chariot card, which is a success card. So this is saying you can have it. You can have it. You just got to do it right. Please clarify this Page of Swords here for Aries, for love for February 2018. What is this Page of Swords about here? Please clarify this Page of Swords here for... No? Please clarify this Page of Swords here. Okay, so on top of the Page of Swords is the Ten of Wands. I definitely feel like there is one party who feels like they're carrying the entire burden of this relationship themselves, or they're taking responsibility for things that they shouldn't be. It's like somebody is overcompensating. Somebody's overdoing. Somebody's carrying way more of the weight than they need to be carrying, and they need to put an end to this. This needs to end. This has to be healed, because this Page of Swords is saying that that needs to be cut out. This Ten of Wands is also indicative of somebody who is trying to pull through, because this guy here is different than a lot of Ten of Swords, usually, or Wands, excuse me. usually the wands are blocking his view. In this card, it's not blocking his view. He knows exactly how far he has to go to get to his destination because he can see. It just sucks because he's carrying all that. But that moon up there is his intuition is on par. So some of you are being told to, you just have to keep pushing a little bit farther. Your intuition is on par and telling you it's just a little bit longer. So for some of you, that is a very good sign that you know on an intuitive level that goal is there. That Page of Swords, though, is reminding you to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of. Like, you need to speak your mind about certain things. Please. Okay, well, this popped right out, so I'm going to go with that. This Knight of Wands is on top of this Eight of Swords. So it could be you, Aries, who's really questioning whether or not this is what you want. And this other person could be, again, you could be dealing with two people because this Knight is not the most dependable, but he's in his element here. This is somebody who, excuse me, I feel like on top of this Eight of Swords, this is somebody who is in the process of really finding a solution. Like, this is somebody who's really trying to search for the solution to get out of this trap in their head. They really want to figure it out. So it could be that you or the other party is serious about, wanting to move things forward. You just want to do it the right way, and you don't want to do, and it's like you get stuck in your head about it, and it can freak you out a little bit but your sincere desire is to move things forward. It's just kind of uncharted territory. The Knight of Wands, though, is also indicative to me that somebody might be playing around on somebody. That truth is going to come out, and that's where you really learn who who your true friends are, who the loyalty really is. That's kind of what comes through here too, because this Knight of Wands is somebody, again, he's exciting and passionate, but when he's stuck in his head like that, he's flaky, he's not dependable. And that makes it very difficult for the other party. So you could be putting a huge burden, or you or they could be putting a huge burden on somebody they truly care about. Please clarify this Two of Wands here for love, for Aries, for February 2018. What is this Two of Wands about here? Please clarify this Two of Wands. No. Please clarify this Two of Wands here for Aries for February 2018 for love. Okay, I'm taking you because you feel it. Okay, so on top of this Two of Wands, we have the World card. This is saying that decision needs to be made and the resolve needs to be made to move forward, to end a chapter and begin a new chapter. So it could be ending a chapter of, like fear over relationships. It could be ending a chapter of like young adulthood towards more committed relationships, anything along those lines. But somebody needs to make a decision, choose a direction, and give it all that they have. This World card is a successful completion of one chapter and moving forward to the next chapter. So this is definitely saying that whatever it is that needs to be put to rest here, whatever this truth is that's revealed up here, when this decision, it needs to be made. And I feel like it will be made here. They are facing each other, this Knight of Wands and the World card. So somebody is really truly getting to the point that they're ready to take on the world together. It's just a process. It's just delayed. Please clarify this Ace of Swords here for love, for Aries for February 2018. What is this Ace of Swords about here? Please clarify this Ace. Oops. That was a whole pack that fell out, so I'm not going to use it. Please clarify this Ace of Swords here for Aries for love for February 2018. What is this Ace of Swords about here? There we go. Okay, so on top of this Ace of Swords, we have Five of Wands. So there's either contention or drama or competition. It could be that somebody needs to heal from the fact that there was competition or that there was drama or that there was a third-party situation. But whatever this is, see, the Five of Swords, it's kind of like Yes, there's drama, backbiting, fighting, but there can also be friendly competition. It literally can just be a competitive energy. But I feel like with this Ace of Swords, it's somebody is picking a direction and going that way. There's decision that's being made. And it's kind of like somebody is just like cutting that drama crap out. I'm done. Like, I'm done with it. I don't even care. Done with the competition, done with the drama. Please clarify this Hermit card here for Aries for February 2018 for love. What is this Hermit card here? Please clarify this Hermit card here for Aries for love for February 2018. Okay, so on top of the Hermit, we have the Four of Pentacles. So there is an energy here of somebody is either too, like somebody is either too introspective or too closed off or too in their solitude. They're totally okay in their solitude. It's like they build up walls to keep people away. So it could be that there's one party that's what's causing this burden that the other partner is carrying. And that's where they need to speak their mind and say, look, I'm not doing that. Somebody is clinging to something out of fear. This Four of Pentacles is definitely coming in as clinging to something out of fear. And it could be this Virgo energy where it's like somebody is almost like they really, it's not that they don't want to be in a relationship, but there's fear of like having to have somebody else around all the time, or like having somebody maybe live with them or something. There's this fear that's like, I really enjoy being alone. Like I like my alone time. It's almost a fear of losing that freedom. So that could be part of the issue too. But I feel like somebody is also clinging to, maybe it could be that they're very, very set in a specific way of doing things, or they're very used to being alone. And so it could be that that creates some contention too. But what this is calling for is a healing and somebody to be very assertive and truthful about what it is that they need. That's what's coming through to me now. So let me know what's up with y'all. Speak with you soon.